Good day, class. In this video, we are going to talk about the characteristics of Chinese medicine. There are two key characteristics of the theoretical system. The first is the concept of holism. The second is the syndrome differentiation and treatment variation. So these two are the key characteristics of the theoretical system. These two characteristics are very important for our study. So we're going to discuss them in very detailed, and I hope that you will remember these clauses as it is. So in future, if I ask you what's the concept of holism in Chinese medicine, you need to tell me the executive words as well as the explanation. The definition of the concept of holism. That's the Chinese medicine understanding of the human body, integrity of human body, the unity of human and nature, and social environments. So from this definition, at least we can see three aspects: the human body itself, the human and nature, and human and social environments. What does it mean by human body itself? The human body is a whole composed by multiple level structures, which are these structures are inseparable in structure. So in physical structure, they link together. They are inseparable. Coordinated in function. In function, they link together. So these functions are physical function, affected by each other pathologically. In the pathological perspective, they're also going to be affected by each other. For example, previously we give the example of when you broke up with your someone, the emotion may affect the appetite. So in Chinese medicine, in future after study, you will know that this actually from the liver going to affect the spleen. That's the pathologically. All these organs, all our internal organs, emotion, the physical structure of the human body, they're going to be affected by each other. There's also another view from Chinese medicine, inseparable. That's also another view from Chinese medicine. That's the opinion on the surgery to remove some parts of the body. We always have the thoughts we have to keep the parts of your body as much as you can. For example, sometimes, especially for ladies, they can take away of the womb if they, from the Western medicine view, if they don't have the need of pregnancy, they can remove the womb without any problems. However, from Chinese medicine view, we consider all physical structure is inseparable. They have different linked function, coordinated. So you have to keep your parts of your body as much as you can. That's because of the concept of holism. You remove something, you're going to affect others because we are in the whole system. We in one chain. If you remove somewhere, you're going to affect the whole system. The physiological function and pathological function changes will be affected by the nature environments and social conditions. We will have the examples in the later slides, the nature environments and social conditions. Because we live in this environment, we live in this society, we're going to be affected by all these situations. Human beings maintain their lives through the process of adapting and transforming to the natural and social environments. To adapt the social environments, to adapt the natural environments. The climate changes, as we knew, that the weather become warmer, the year by year. We have to adapt the changes of the natural environments. The economy of the country is good or is bad. We have to adapt these changes in social environments. You need to change. You need to adapt to the changes of your social status. These will help you to maintain good health. So from the concept of holism, we focus on three aspects: the human body itself, the human and the nature, the human and the social environment. So in future, you need to tell me the definition as well as the examples. The integrity of the human body. From this view, Chinese medicine link all the human body in 5 systems: the heart system, the liver system, the spleen system, the lung system, the kidney system. These 5 systems are very similar to from the anatomy or from the conventional medicine. They use the vascular system, skeletal system, neurological system. So they use the different tissue or different organs of different structure. In Chinese medicine, we see our human body in the other way. We use the heart system and we link the heart system with all different tissues or organs. We're going to discuss in future how these can be linked. In the heart system, we have the heart, we have the small intestine, we have the vessels and the tongue, the heart meridian, small intestine meridian. These are all linked to the heart system. The liver system, the liver, gallbladder, tendons and ligaments, the eyes. That's why sometimes if you got the eyes problem, we will treat the liver. If a patient got the ulcer on the tongue, we're going to treat the heart. We're going to clear the heart fire. So that's because the tongue is linked to the heart. The spleen linked to the stomach, the muscles, the mouth, the spleen meridian and stomach meridian. So because it's related to the muscle, if someone become very skinny or some diseases cause the atrophy of the muscle, we're going to treat the spleen and stomach because spleen and stomach contribute to the muscle. The lung system, the lung related to the large intestine, the skin, the nose, and the meridians. The kidney related to the bladder, the kidney, the bones, the ear, the external sex organs, and anus. Kidney and meridian and bladder meridian. So we're going to, when you see the whole system, you will see that's actually the whole body. We categorize into these 5 different systems. And also because they are linked together. So if it's one part, for example, if the eye got problem, the eye is got problem, it might related to the liver. It also might related to the liver meridian. And then in future, when we study the 5 elements, you will understand that the liver also may affect the spleen system. That's why in the physiological situation, they're going to affect each other. They're going to contribute to each other to maintain the healthy stage. In the pathological condition, they're also going to affect each other. That's how we see human bodies. They're going to this system. They're going to affect. They have some relationship between each other. Diagnosis and treatments. So these are the examples that we have mentioned. If you got for example, the ulcers on the tongue and the ulcers in the mouth. These two, if you see the ulcers, although the tongue is also in the mouth, if you see the ulcers on the tongue, we're going to treat the heart. However, if you see the mouth ulcer in the inside of the tree or the muscle, we're going to treat the spleen or stomach. If the ulcers is on the gum, the upper gum or the lower gum, it depends on the upper or lower. We can treat the stomach or the large intestine. You see, all we mentioned about ulcers. However, due to the different location, because they link to different systems, different organs, the treatments will be very different. So this is also actually one of the example of the treatment variation. The treatment variation also linked to the integrity of the human bodies. The next topic that we're going to clarify is the spirit. The spirit, this is a very tricky term. In the future slides, we don't use spirit, we use the mind. The reason we use the mind is because spirit, in a broad sense, refer to the external manifestations of vital or life activities, including the mind, consciousness, thinking, sight, facial complexion, impression, body builds, and posture movements. It actually reflects everything of a human body. In narrow sense, spirit means the heart mind, the mental, the conscious, and thinking activities, psychological activities. So as you can see, the spirit in Chinese medicine, that's not spiritual. There's nothing related to spiritual, no matter from the broader sense or the narrow sense. That's why in future, to avoid misunderstanding, we will use the mind to replace the term spirit. From this point of view, the spirit is very important, or the mind is very important. In the previous system, the 5 systems, the heart, the liver, the kidney, the lung, and the spleen systems. These 5 systems are in charge of the heart system. So these 5 are not equal. The heart is the dominant and is in charge of the other 4 systems. When we study the Zangfu theory, we will discuss more on this. The reason why we need to mention the spirit here is because in our theory, the spirits or your mind, your energy level, in other words, will relate to your physical body. If you are very healthy, very active, it says you got a lot of spirits. This spirit is not the spirit of the spiritual aspects. The spirits actually after we study the theory, you will see the spirit we actually focus on the qi, the essence. When we say you're full of spirit, we actually say that you're full of the qi. You are full of essence. You are full of energies. So these spirits, be careful of the term. The spirit is not spiritual. The unity of human beings with nature. The human being is going to be affected by the the physiological conditions going to be affected by the natural environment. From this point of view, which means a healthy person going to be affected by the nature. For example, the example we gave you previously, in spring, in summer, in autumn, and in winter, the pulse of a healthy person may be changed, and these changes are still considered as normal. That's why we said physiological changes. And also during day and night, your pulse also will be changed because of the daytime and nighttime. And then in future, you will understand these changes are actually due to the changes of yin and yang. In female, their pulse or their body condition is going to be changed according to their cycle. The pulse, we can feel the pulse, we can predict, or we will know when the period is coming. We will know that the patient or the person is on their period or not. That's because their pulse is going to be changed during the cycles. These are all the influence from the natural environment with the human physiological conditions. Natural environments with the physiological conditions also can be seen from the geography changes. For example, someone lives in Joburg. Because of the high grounds, the climate is dry in Joburg. The skin may be dry, and when we consider with someone live in Durban, the sea level, and in this condition, the patient, because of the geographic changes, the difference on the geographic changes, the patient may have different disease situation, the physiological conditions. For example, the patient may have different skin conditions. The patient may have different hairs. The patient also may suffer from different diet habits as due to the different natural environments. The influence of natural environments on human pathological conditions. We have discussed that the environment may affect on physiological conditions. However, if the changes is is beyond the adaptation of a human body, we will be sick. That will become the pathological conditions. For example, in Huangdi Neijing, it described as just in general, the disease in the morning, the patient may feel better, and in the afternoon, the patient can feel worse. In the evening, even worse, and the second morning becomes slightly better. This phenomenon we can see, especially we can see in patients with fever. Patients with the fever, sometimes the temperature may be lower in the morning, and in the afternoon and evening may be higher. So when you see a patient with fever, how do you know if they have recovered or not? You see the temperature. If the patient tells you that the temperature is below 37 in the morning, you shouldn't be too happy at this time. You need to ask the patient to double check in the afternoon and evening. If the temperature is still below 37 in the afternoon or evening, the patient is more likely to be healed. Because if you only take the temperature in the morning, the temperature may be higher than 37 in the afternoon or evening. So these are the influence on pathological conditions according to the natural environments. And the natural environments, this is due to the changes of the days, of the times. These were recorded in 2018. Another influence from the natural environments including the climates, the geographies. In 黄帝内经, it described that in summer, especially in late summer, people are more likely to suffer from diarrhea. These are due to the climate or the pathological conditions. Because our human body going to be affected by these natural environments, so if we understand the laws and the principles of these natural environments, we may use these environments to assist, improve our human health, as well as to prevent diseases. For example, if someone got the internal coldness, in future when we study the pathogens, you will know that the internal coldness the patient may suffer from cold fingers, cold feet, poor appetite, pale complexions, and in ladies they may suffer from dysmenorrhea, or in some common condition, allergies, especially allergical asthma. In this situation, we may use some treatments. For example, the moxibustion is also one of our focus in acupuncture. Moxibustion, we can use these treatments. We can apply the treatment during the summer because the patient is lack of heat. We're going to use the natural environment during the summer. In summer, the climate is very hot, the weather very hot. We can apply the heat in the summer to treat this kind of disease, to prevent this disease happens, to prevent asthma happens, to prevent the dysmenorrhea. That's how to apply the natural environment on disease prevention. If the climate change a lot, if the weather change a lot, in 黄帝内经, it describes that we need to avoid where the climate change a lot, because otherwise we're going to be sick. So that's how to make use of the natural environments, because if we understand the principles of these environments, these elements, how these elements are going to affect our health, we can either make use of them, or we can do something to prevent we being sick. And the other, from the unity of human beings and with nature, is directly from the environment. When it's in a sunny day and a cloudy, a rainy day, a thunderstorm, your emotion may be changed. You may feel happier during this day. You may feel low during this day. And also for ladies, during their cycles, they also have some emotional changes. The cycles related to the movement of the moon. So these are all related to the natural environments. So a brief summary. The unity of human beings with nature. We're going to analyze from the physiological condition, the pathological condition, how the natural environments. Firstly, what's natural environments? You need to answer what's natural environments? How the natural environments can affect our physiological condition, our healthy person. How the natural environments can affect our pathological condition. How these elements can cause diseases. How can we use the principles of these natural environments to help us to treat diseases or to prevent diseases. So that's the unity of human beings within nature. From this point of view, we have some diseases, we said that the winter diseases we can treat in the summer. For example, a patient suffers from asthma. It always happens in the winter or early spring. That's because of the cold condition in the lung. For this kind of patient, we can treat the patient in summer. We can make use of the heat from the sun, because in the summer, the earth is closer to the sun. So we got the high heat. We can apply moxibustion in summer to treat a patient with asthma, especially when they have asthma attack in winter. We can prevent it happens. The integrity of human beings with social environments. Similarly, the social environments can affect the human physiological conditions, the pathological conditions. For example, our emotion going to be affected by the society. Good society, the physiological condition. For example, in South Africa, the crime, the criminals, we are always in a fear of criminals. We will never know when we're going to be robbed. So these social environments going to affect our human body. That's why we got many patients with anxiety. That's one of the reason. We can't say this is the only reason, but this must be the one of the reason, because we always in the stressful environments that's going to affect our physiological condition. And then when these become worse, it's going to cause diseases, going to become the pathological condition. The social environments. The stressful environments, only one of the example. Another example is, for instance, a person for a very healthy family, all of a sudden, the second day, he got bankrupt. Now you can imagine the emotion changes, how the emotion changes going to affect the health. Will they feel happy? Will they be energetic in the second day after bankrupt? So you can think about this, the social environments. The social environments, for example, another example is this. A person, they committed to a criminal. They were put in the jail in the second day. You can imagine the changes, the emotion changes from a free person to a prisoner. So these are all the social environments. So these are going to affect our human health. So the concept of holism is going to focus on the human body itself, different systems. We're going to focus on the unity of the human beings and the natural environments. The natural environments includes the geographic changes, the climate changes, also the custom, the integrity of the human being with the social environments. So these are three aspects. We're going to focus on the concept of holism. This is one of the most important concepts in Chinese medicine. You need to understand, you need to memorize the terms, need to understand the theory. And when I say understand, you need to be able to analyze, to explain with examples. This concept we're also going to use in our practice. When you see patients, you're going to analyze you're going to analyze the patient from all different aspects: their social status, their backgrounds, the environment they live, where they come from, the geography, and the human body itself. Are they skinny or are they overweight? What these symptoms or these signs may help you in your diagnosis. So these are all the thoughts from the concept of holism. In the next video, we are going to talk about the syndrome differentiation and treatment variation, the second characteristics of the theoretical system. Thank you for your attention.